Good afternoon, Flosstube. My name is Mandy. Welcome to my channel all about CrossStitch. Today is Friday, December 9th. It's Flossmas season. I'm not doing Flossmas videos today, but there are so many out there. I hope you all are so enjoying those. I've definitely been enjoying checking so many people out. I can't even list everyone that I've been watching. I pretty much have my subscription page playing like all day. So luckily with me working from home, it's been easy to be able to sit and watch those videos while I'm working away. So we got some good stuff today. What did I just do? Okay. I knew I had my iPad and it's like, where did that go? So I figured I'd go ahead and hop on today. Today is Flosstube number 80. I can't believe I've done 80 videos now. And that also means that with this being the month of December, my Flosstube anniversary is this year. So I want to say it was 2019 that I started. So this is going to be what, my third Flosstube anniversary? How exciting is that? I haven't done anything to celebrate or anything of that nature. I'm sure I could do some kind of a giveaway. Maybe we'll do that next video. I don't know. So plans for the next video. This is probably going to be my last like regular update of the year, I'm thinking, just because of the way that I update every couple of weeks. My next video I'm planning on is doing a whip parade. I'm so excited for that. So a number of projects that I've actually worked on in the past couple of weeks, I'm just going to wait and show them next time during the whole whip parade, because I don't know that I'll necessarily work on them between now and then, and so why show them again? So I think it's, and also, so in the Facebook group, Semi-Sane Stitchers, they've got a challenge this month called Whip Wranglers. So you have a list of 20 whips, you roll a dice, you know, spin a number or something to select which number you're going to work on. You roll a second, like a 6-sided dice, to indicate how many stitches you're going to do on that project. Since she's running through, Stitches, say hi. She's excited. She's got some zoomies going on. Have you ever seen a cat do a butt wiggle and then run? She just did that. So shaking their tail end and then they take off running. So that's what Stitches just did. I don't know what she was running after. I think on her tower there's a little ball hanging from it that she likes to bat at, so I think she was running after that. I see it swinging from here. So anyways, I know everyone loves seeing Stitches, so when she was over here I had to snag her so you can say hi, so she can say hi to you. Maybe you'll get a chance to see her across the back of the couch. Who knows? She's crazy. Who can guess? So, whip wranglers. So I put a number of projects on there that I really haven't worked on lately, and because of the level that I'm doing for easy, there's been times that I've only had to do 50 stitches on it. So there's a couple of projects that don't have a whole lot of progress on them, but I'll just show them on my whip parade. So whip parade season is coming. I'm so excited. I love watching people's whip parades, and we're gonna see if I can maybe get a finisher or two. I don't know though. So there is a Facebook page, not Facebook, Instagram. I'll make sure to link them below because I could get it wrong, but at Marnie's Mixed Bag, I think it is. Hey, we got the iPad right here. You ain't going anywhere. You can sit while I pull it up, right? I know I can pull it up easily. There's a challenge that's going to be run next year that I'm probably going to be jumping into. So as much as I'm really wanting to get some finishes now, I could actually get some of these finishes done next year as part of this challenge. So it's called the I Dare You Sal, so S-A-L. So if you check out hashtag, and again, I'll put this all below, but it's I Dare You Sal, S-A-L, for stitch along. So basically planning on, you make a list of 12 whips. On December 23rd, they're going to spin a wheel to call the order that those projects are to be done in. Then you try to finish as many of the 12 as you can. I've been putting that list together, and I think I may have actually gotten to the full 12 last night. I may be at like 10 or 11, if not. So, because there's some that's, you know, a stitching session or two, and they could be finishes. And there's some projects that have been lingering far too long. So, we're just gonna say, give a couple of explanations, plans now. I'm not really one to plan, but it's getting to be year end, and I'm kind of thinking of what I want to do for next year. I'm not one to plan, but yet here I'm thinking of, hey, what's my plans for next year? I'm thinking I want to make it a bit of a full coverage focus. There's some full coverage pieces that I want to see some really good progress on. I have not yet made up my mind. Full Coverage Fanatics has a challenge, focus on a finish, for 2023. I can't make up my mind which one I want to do. I really probably should, like, no, there's no requirement or something, but when you think of the projects that have been lingering, what I'm thinking I, you know, quote unquote should do is select Amy Stewart's Mini Stitching Moon. That thing is at 59% last time I looked. I haven't touched it at all this year. I loaded it into Pattern Keeper at the beginning of the year when I got my tablet. I haven't touched it. I've not really been wanting to. So it's like, I feel like maybe the easiest one to actually focus on a finish for it. And I wonder, now that I think of the picture, if I can get through this row of pages, that maybe I can actually finish it fairly quickly. I'm just stalled on some confetti, which of course, you know, we all have confetti on our full coverages. That's what makes them so detailed. So here's the stock photo from Heaven and Earth Designs. And I know I'm somewhere kind of right around here, so I'd have to work. I can't hold the iPad up. So I gotta work like this rest of the page over this way, then I can drop down. So I feel like, I don't know that that's necessarily one true like patch of white, but this is my closest full coverage piece to the finish, that I could get to the finish. So likelihood I may end up making that, but there's just so many pieces that I want to work on. So last night, after I got a particular project finished, speaking of finishes, this is a gift, so I can't put this on next year, that I started going through the different Facebook groups that I'm part of and just kind of making note of the challenges. I got all kinds of little booklets to keep track of things, so we'll see what I get up to next year. Let's get into some stitching, shall we? I am on my lunch break. I've got about 35 minutes before I gotta go back. I don't expect this to take all that long, but I'm sitting here talking about, you know, plans for next year, and I'm not planning on being too long, you know, making too long of a video, but yet here I'm sitting here talking about plans that I rarely plan for. Figure that one out. So what have I got for a finish? I'm not even gonna show the artwork because it's a finish. Why show that? I love this piece. It turned out so good. So I found this on an Etsy shop, CrossStitchWithArt, I believe is what it's called. It was one of those sites that they really don't have like one specific name for it. If you look at the description, it's got like all kinds of different words in the description, probably for the algorithm. I've just been calling it Squirrels. Squirrels at a Rave. So I'll make sure to note it in the description box below. I'm trying to get better about including those details. CrossStitchWithArt is the Etsy shop. So I don't have ducks or rows. I have squirrels, and they're at a Rave. So like I said, this is for a gift for somebody. I'm really hoping that they don't even know about my channel, let alone watching it, so that it's not a spoiler. If it is, I guess, spoiler alert. But it is on a piece of material that I got from the Stitching Well in Bay City, Michigan. No brand name to it or anything, but it's called Lavender Mist, and it's really just kind of a dusty pink. I don't know that I would call it lavender or anything, but I think it looks good. I can't wait to get it framed. It's an odd shape, like I don't have a whole lot of margins, so good luck finding a frame for it. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to find a frame from Michaels and let them, like, at least my Michaels, I don't know if it's something that every store offers, but they offer where if you pick a frame off of their shelvings, you know, just like they're ready to go, not custom made frames, but just the regular retail frames, take your piece in, they will, I think they pin it to a board and then they'll assemble it all into the frame for you, which they put on like their pretty paper on the back of it. They put their own hardware versus just the, you know, like the little flap that you can use or just like whatever. Very nice. I think I've taken some smaller pieces, and the piece that I took for my sister that was a little bit bigger than this piece, I think I spent like 20 bucks on top of the actual frame itself, and I got a nice frame. So very easy and economical way to go and get something custom framed without, you know, breaking the bank. Okay, we're gonna keep going here. Got that finished last night. I'm so excited. You probably actually won't see the finished FFO of that. Maybe if I remember to take a picture. I need to do something probably this weekend about getting it framed in case they need to hold it for a little bit. Not exactly sure. Like, I'll be exchanging it, you know, giving it to the person at the end of the probably the week before Christmas. Gosh, I hope it's gonna be. Anyways, so I have a new start. I'll make sure to put this information down below as well. So there is there's a designer that I found their Instagram page, Witch's Garden Crafts. Again, I'll put them below. They've got a Facebook page. I don't remember the name of the Facebook group, so again, I'll try to remember to put that information down below. So this was a freebie that they shared in that Facebook group, so you'd have to join the Facebook group to get the pattern from them. But I'm excited about this designer because I first learned about them starting January 1st. They are doing a stitch along called Dark Goddess Sal, I think. And so the description makes me think along the lines of like the cryptids, which is that witchy stitcher. I haven't seen the design yet. It hasn't been released. I'm thinking that concept of the frames, you know, like the little frames for those little cryptids, maybe something to that effect. But they're choosing, I talked about this last time, they're choosing different goddesses like Persephone and, you know, different mythological goddesses for making this whole stitch along. So January 1st, I don't know if they're just releasing the frames for it or maybe the first goddess. Last night I pulled the flosses for it. I still got to figure out my material. But anyways, my new start is a freebie from that person's Facebook group. I love this. Oh my goodness. I'm going to end up dropping this. So kind of a really, really pretty winter band sampler. So I am using all the called for colors. And it was, dang it. I said I wanted to be quick and here I'm doing anything but. There was a name to it. It was Fair something. We're gonna see if I can find it. I'm feeling like this is so choppy. Fair Isle Fantasy. Okay. So Isle as in I-S-L-E. So it's very pretty. It's in their files. I still have it on the Q-snap. And man, that material looks gray, but it's more of a purple. And so it's gonna be tiny. It's on my Q-snap crooked, I think. So I'm using one strand. I think this is, well, it's a color and cotton grab bag, but it's measuring out to be like a 20 count, I think it is. So I'm using one strand over one. I wish I can get a better view of what that, I don't have anything white handy. I was hoping I could hold up something white. It's more of a purple, but it is definitely showing more gray. So it's a purple. I love it though. It was very pretty. Should stitch up fairly quickly, I would think. So I like it. needle minder I made myself. There was a flea market thing that I was at that had a basket of tiles, so I gotta sneeze. So I just glued on a magnet for that. The next whip that I worked on, this by any means is not in any sort of order that I worked on or anything. The next whip I'm going to share, I pulled it out for a Whip Wranglers. So it is a Mill Hill Buttons and Beads. It's a sand dollar. It's called sand dollar. So it's gonna have the beads and so like there's a wooden star right there and then really shiny beads. So it's stitched on perforated paper. I'm using all the called for kit stuff. So I was really focusing on the sand dollar, filling this in. This is definitely something that I can really only work on for a little bit at a time. Those are some really big holes to see. Using 2 strands, one called for and everything, but it went really easily. There was a couple days that I worked on my lunch that I sat and worked on that. Needle minder, I believe, was a gift freebie from an order on an Abby top knot. So cute little wood, and it's really good weight for something like this where it's not all that strong, you know, real heavy. So there's my sand dollar. That's also going to be a gift if I ever decide to finish it. I'm in no hurry for that one though. Next piece that I'm going to share, I have not worked on this in ages. I haven't shared it in ages, so it was really good to get some work on it. We are working on Halloween Cat from Satsuma Street. I adore this piece. This is definitely a piece on that to finish list because, I mean, there's definitely a lot left to do. I still have to finish out this pumpkin with cat, and then I think I got that tree pretty much done, so it's going to be that whole pumpkin and cat. Yeah, so I've got the purple tree done. I've got this one started. So, and then the whole body of I think I've brought the tail down and that was about it. This is stitched on a piece of 16 count BeStitchMe in, we're going to see if I can say it the first time, Anemone. Hey, I got it. Thank you to Michelle for that. So, yeah, that's showing pretty true to color, fabric wise, better than that other color and cotton. So when I first started sharing this project, I could not say the name of the material to save my life, and Michelle very graciously sent me a voice memo pronouncing it Anemone, and here I am, can't even say it again. Anemone, right? I believe so. So when I was working on it, it's just a big piece. I mean, the bottom of that pumpkin is the bottom of the piece. So I've definitely got plenty to use for another project. But where I was stitching at, well, a couple times that I picked it up, was this little pumpkin. And look how cute it is. So that's like 3 shades of orange, maybe even 4. And then filled in the eyes. So there's going to be a little bit more of another layer or 2 of orange here, and then a cat sitting in there. So I love Satsuma Street designs. I'm pretty sure this is my first Satsuma. It's not going to be my last. So love that piece. Alrighty, and the next piece, this most definitely was something that I have not worked on in ages. But it's such a fun piece when I pick it up. I don't know why I let it sit for ages. But it was in a really old issue of CrossStitch, just CrossStitch magazine. I was gonna say CrossStitch and Needlework. Just CrossStitch, August 2017. Yes. And here's what it looks like. Bergama borders. Design is by Banu Demirel. Of Siba Designs. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right or not. But love this piece. So this is going to be a good piece to finish, break it up into monthly pieces that I should be able to have it done maybe by June if I stick to like 1 a month. So right now, Sammy J Stitches, Jessie Marie, Does Stuff, and, you know, a whole group of their friends have chosen patterns to, like, they've broken out into 12 equal I don't know about equal, but 12 pieces that they to stitch to finish by the end of this year. And so I kind of want to borrow that idea because I think this is going to work out quite well, because I've got this little curly Q and then down left to do. That's all that remains. So it would be easy to do like one a month, you know. I could see how maybe depending on how much I'm focusing on my full coverage in that, maybe breaking up. So maybe July, maybe August. I don't know. Either way, it's a good piece that I think I could break up into some monthly ideas to tag along with them. I don't know if they're doing it this year or not. I think it's a great idea. I haven't thought about it for any other piece. I just think that this particular design lends well to the idea of breaking it up into a bit of a monthly thing. So in my 11-inch Q-step, it is stitched straight. It's just the way I've tightened it and got a little binner. This is definitely going to be one of those ones that I take to Michael's to let them deal with stretching it out for me so they can worry about getting those kind of things straight. So when I picked it up last, I still had just, it was the red that I had left to finish, and then there's a black, just a single black stitch line all the way across from here. Stitched on a piece of 16 count white Aida, 2 strands, full cross. So this has been such a fun little piece. I originally had put this on a scroll frame that I had gotten for free, and the scroll frame is really too big for me to try to stitch two-handed. So, well, no, I was trying to stitch one-handed, you know, down. I've slowly been teaching myself to stitch two-handed using just my little table as the brace. I'm kind of thinking that the next thing I need to invest in is a stand of some sort. Someday. So the last whip that I'm going to share, I keep looking at the clock, making sure that, you know, because I'm on my lunch break, so. I love this piece. I would really love to focus on this one for a finish, but it's, what am I at? 31%. I think after I finished that top row's worth of pages, I was at 30%. 31% or something. So, but yes, so mini Midnight Messenger artwork by Stokes, chartered by Heaven and Earth. And I got to move down the row of pages, and I don't know what I was thinking as far as like these little white specks right here at this corner. That's in the bottom of the very bottom corner of page 1. I don't know what I was thinking because I was wondering, when am I going to get into that owl? Yeah, I'm on the owl. The face, I think, is either maybe the forehead or something is at the very bottom of the page I'm working at, or, you know, kind of the next row of pages down. But I'm definitely working on that wing, and it's going to be so stunning. I was looking at Pattern Keeper, and I had zoomed out a little bit from where I normally work at, just kind of getting a feel for what's on the page, or, you know, kind of how high confetti or something that it was. And I saw his face. I'm like, oh my gosh, it took me by surprise, I guess. Which I have to say, this guy took me by surprise too, because that is on page 1. And so I was thinking that page 1 was just going to be the tree, and I didn't think that I would actually be getting to that owl on page 1. I did. And it was one of those moments of when I realized it took seeing it in the on a pattern, you know, page or something to actually see to it. So this page is going to look really funny. Here we are. It's a lot of white, pale blues, all that good stuff. I am not one to, I've said it before and when I'm showing my full coverages, I don't stick to just a 10 by 10 block or columns or anything of that nature. I am one to pick a symbol and I'll go as far as I can. I don't necessarily color complete on that entire page because, you know, I'm not gonna try to count all the way over here into white. But if it's something that I can just easily keep going down, I'm going to. So we've definitely got that wingspan. So I think his head is somewhere kind of around here. I don't know if I don't know that I've actually started stitching fully into the head area, but so it was definitely one of those that I just grabbed thread, you know, pick a symbol and stitch all the way down. And so this is technically, what is this, page 5, so page 6, whatever's below those 2 pages, I'm pretty sure that there's a corner of 4 pages in here somewhere that I've just been working across. Again, it's just one of those pick a symbol, stitch as far as I can without having to count too far away. And yeah, we've got our Captain Jack Sparrow needle minder, Gina's unique needle minders on that. And you're gonna see here in just a second, that's my favorite needle minder shop. So 16 count white Aida, 2 strands, full across. I am definitely feeling some full coverage calling me again, because what I've really been working on in the last few days, besides the squirrels, is that with the whip wranglers, I'd spin a wheel, pick up a project, do whatever stitches needed to be done for that, take my picture, move on to the next. So I definitely have some projects, like I said, I've worked on. I'm just not going to take the time to show them today. They'll be in my whip parade here in the next video or 2. Well, next week or 2. Alrighty. The only bit of haul is some needle minders. I actually had these for the last video. They were in a basket. I forgot about them, so I didn't get a chance to show. So there's a Facebook group, Gina's Unique Needle Minders. She's got an Etsy shop of Gina's Unique Boutique. So she has both. So every so often she'll post on her Facebook page, like on a Saturday, she'll do a bit of a sale. So she'll just post a bunch of, and you know, you just me please, and then she'll invoice you and through PayPal, and then she ships them out. And so, yeah. So this one is really cool. So it's some of the, I was gonna say victims, and that wasn't the right word. Villains. Disney villains. So the writing is super small, but over, it says the Queen, so would that be Maleficent? No, that last one's Maleficent. Snow White, maybe? Be strong when you are weak. Be brave when you are scared. And that one is Cruella de Vil. And then be humble when you are victorious, over Ursula. And then be badass every day. That's Maleficent. So I thought that was really cool. I'm not a huge Disney fan, but I like those. So these are really cool. Let's see if I can share. Really cool haunted house. And then we've got a little bookshop. There's somebody sitting on the top balcony reading a book. So, really cute. Little fall. Some plants. And then we've got our sneaky little black cat. Now, does that not look like stitches? So cute. And then once upon a time, there was a girl who really loved cats and Halloween. It was me. The end. And a girl walking through the woods with her black cat. I thought that was really cool. I'm not a huge Halloween buff, but I definitely love stitching Halloween. So I have not actually purchased this yet, but I have found what I want to stitch my next Heaven and Earth, because you know the 5 HAEDs, 1 pain-free craft that I have on the go right now. That's not enough, right? I'm trying to get it pulled up on him. So it's Heaven and Earth has a lot of pieces, a lot of designs that have black cats in them. I've been wanting to stitch something black cat related. I just hadn't found, you know, the one. And was it last week? Maybe 2 weeks ago now? Might have been last week. I was on a Zoom call with a few friends, and subject of full coverage and HAED came up, and somebody and I think I might have mentioned that there was a I was wanting something black cat related. Somebody else spoke up and said, I think one just got released. I think this was special service just released, but I'm pretty sure I found my next design, and I think you'll know why. If you know me at all. It's stitches. For those who may have just found my channel for the first time, welcome. The black cat that I held up a little while ago, that her name is Stitches. So it looks like stitches. So it is called A Brush with Magic by Lisa Parker. And that's the other thing. It's so fitting. The last name, Parker. My last name. So I have no clue who the person is, but it's just too fitting. Same last name. And it looks like my cat. So that's probably going to be not a new year, new start, but it's going to be a start sometime next year. I can see it across the room, but I'm not going to get up and get it. I think I've decided on what I'm going to use for my new year, new starts. It's one of the Cottage Garden samplings, Cottage Garden, Songbird Garden series from a couple years ago. It's a pink one. Come back again another time. I'll share it with you then. I can't remember which one it is. I know there's so many of them. I can't even tell from here. It's sitting on a counter and like I said, or shelf, and like I said, I'm not gonna go over there and get it. So it's time I gotta get back to lunch. So get back to work from lunch. I hope you are all doing well. Things are going good here. Had a surprise party for my brother-in-law last weekend. It was a blast. It was a pinball party because he's obsessed with pinball. Great day, great friends. So yeah, that's about it. I officially have 10 and less than a half a day of work days remaining for the rest of this year. I took the week between Christmas and New Year's off. This is that's such a great time to have off. I've done it many times. Last year I was not able to due to the state of my health and how much vacation time, I shouldn't say vacation time, how much PTO I used to deal with that I didn't have the chance to have my week off between Christmas and New Year's. So I do have it this year, and I'm counting down the days. So like I said, I have 10 working days. So 5 days next week, 5 days the following week. The last, when I punch back in, I'll have 3 hours today. So 10 working days and 3 hours, and then I will be off work for the rest of the year. I can't wait. I'm not going anywhere, not doing any kind of traveling or anything like that, but like one day my girlfriend Crystal and I decided she found out about I think a Chinese buffet that we're gonna have to go visit. So we're gonna make a day of going to lunch and crumble. There's a new crumble closer than the last location that we knew about, so can't wait for that. If you haven't seen crumble cookies, look them up and then drool. With that, I'm going to get back to work. I hope everyone's doing well, getting lots of stitching in, and I cannot believe Christmas is 2 weeks away. I've got shopping I gotta do. Yeah. With that, I hope everyone keeps stitching. We'll see you again next time. Take care.